So guys, today I will be sharing with you all which perfume out of all I've been smelling during November 2022 impressed me the most. So keep on watching to find out everything about this special one, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're here for the first time, as well as please give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoy watching it. And once you're done with that, we can get started. Hello and welcome everyone to this monthly episode in which I'll be sharing with you which perfume out of all I've been smelling in November impressed me the most. And this month it's actually the newest release by the French niche house Dusita Perfumes that is called Rhapsody Noir. And I have it in this cute mini format that I received as well as other bloggers and journalists for the online introduction by the perfumer and founder of Dusita Perfumes, Sarah, when she told us that one night as she was walking in Paris listening to Rhapsody in Blue, she paused, looked around, and at night she was really inspired by the charm of this city and thought about the 1920s when people were really elegantly dressed up, sitting in cafes, smoking cigars, eating something delicious, wearing a beautiful classy eau de cologne. So to be honest with you, I'm not into very, like classy eau de cologne perfumes, but when I first smelled this fragrance and had no idea about the notes, I was blown by it. I did not understand that this is actually a fougere because, well, it's not my favorite perfume genre, but I absolutely loved it. So what's special about this one and why it's so impressive to me is that although this is kind of like a fougere, it is very modernized. My problem with this genre is that it is just a little bit too masculine for me. Typical fougeres are very heavy on lavender, and because of that they have strong barbershop vibe going on, which this one doesn't. Thanks God, it is so beautiful. The lavender in there pops in the opening as well as other fresh notes for this, fougere-like feeling. There is also clary sage, but also flowers like mimosa, broom, jasmine, which are not that noticeable, but I think they are there for the structure. Otherwise it would be too flat as many other fougere perfumes, but it's not. It is so beautiful, so shiny and so bright. And actually Sarah not only sent that, mini fragrance in the final version, but also 3 accords of the fragrance. So there is a fougere, a gourmand and a woody accord, which create this entire composition. And when I smell just the fougere accord, in which we obviously have the herbs and the flowers, it's like a fragrance on its own, and it is very peaceful, it is very calming, it is very satisfying, but also very, clear. It's not, too old-fashioned, which I really enjoy about this fragrance overall, that could be called neo fougere, that is absolutely unisex, and that's great. But let's talk about the heart, where we have really fun notes like coffee and room, along with a cigar nuances to evoke the atmosphere of the 1920s Parisian cafes. And I gotta be honest with you, it was really funny to listen to Sarah describing the process of creating the fragrance, because apparently she herself loves gourmand fragrances but finds it a bit challenging to blend gourmand notes, which you would never think smelling this fragrance, because it's like a perfect example of a well-balanced perfume. And this gourmand accord is so cozy, so warm, so beautiful. It's like a little bit of the burnt caramel, the cigar smoke. It's, sweet but not edible, I would say. And then in the base we have a very beautiful ingredients like patchouli, oak moss, but also oak wood, which is really boozy. It's like a brandy and vetiver that I want to point out because I smell it in this fragrance, and that's not surprising because I'm quite sensitive to it, meaning that I always sense it in the fragrance, and it's another masculine note for me. But there are many different kinds of vetiver. It can be earthy or it can be more smoky and nutty, and that's the kind of vetiver we have in here, so I really like it for that. And other than those notes, we also have some sandalwood and a lot of tonka bean, which with the lavender create like a fougere structure, as well as Madagascar vanilla, that I find softens all the edges, maybe of the herbs, maybe of the woods, or even the sweet notes, and the balance in this fragrance is on point. I mean, like, all offerings of Dusita perfumes are very classy. I mean, like, they are modern, but also very, very classy. You won't find anything too extravagant in that collection, and I find this, if not the best fougere fragrance, then the closest to the perfection I've ever smelled, not only in general, but the one that I would wear myself. Because, you know, the inspiration for this fragrance also comes from this poem of Dusita's father that says, "I'm dancing to love in the subconscious of every human being." And she also created like beautiful painting, you know, the visual part is important for Dusita perfumes because Sarah is a painter and artist, so it's like something extra for those art lovers among you. But I am truly excited wearing this perfume, meaning if I know I'll be wearing it for the day, I'm already excited in that moment, which I feel like completed, like, really match the goal of the creator, because she's not only a very talented perfumer and artist overall, but also a very smart marketing person. Like, she has an amazing team and their launches are always very successful. But in this case with Rhapsody Noir, I find like every single nuance is just perfect, and that is coming from me, person that is not into fougeres at all. But I think what makes it even more enjoyable for me to wear this particular one is that it has something powdery to it, and I love powdery nuances in perfumes, which can be, you know, very different, and it's more about the harmony of notes and even the textures of some of them. Of course, sometimes perfumers create like truly cosmetic-y powdery accords, and that's not the case with this one. It's more like the dustiness of dry herbs, you know, as if you powdered them, and that's kind of like the finish, the aftertaste. But yeah, overall impression, cozy, beautiful, classy, something that you can wear out. It has beautiful sillage, it is very warm, and yet I find it is extremely, you know, unisex and wearable for different occasions. So it's definitely one of my top favorites from Dusita perfumes, and if you happen to be a fougere lover, you should be seriously considering checking it out on their official website. At this moment they have some Black Friday deals going on, but at this point I also wanted to mention something that's a little bit sad, and that's because Dusita perfumes is discontinuing not only my favorite one from their collection, but a favorite oud perfume in general, which is Oud INFINI, and that's because some materials are now harder to source, and instead of, you know, reformulating and changing it, they decided to discontinue this beauty that I wanna get so badly. So if you love it, don't sleep on it. I think it's available till the end of this month, but it's too pricey for me personally, so I guess it's now or never. But somewhere I have a sample of it, which I will treasure. But with that being said, earlier this year she has launched the fragrance Montre that was inspired by her father, and it is very similar to Oud INFINI, also an oud fragrance with more nuances, just complex, way more wearable, fresh, without the skanky part that I appreciate about Oud INFINI, how really seriously deep animalic and sexy it is. But that's just something for you to, you know, think about. And with that being said, I think that was all about Rhapsody Noir that I find is absolutely stunning, and you can also get it from Equation Natural, and I have a discount for you so you can save a little bit. So check out the description box down below. There I will also leave some helpful information, so please tell me if you're familiar with Dusita perfumes and what are your favorite fragrances from the brand. If you have never tried them but would like to find out more, down below I will link reviews to my previous ones on Dusita perfumes, and also where you can find me on social media to stay in touch. And the last thing, I would like to know if you are a fan of a fougere perfume genre. If so, please tell me which fougere fragrance I should try, and if you don't like them, please let me know why not. And with that being said, that was all from me today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a huge thumbs up if you you enjoyed and learned something new, and don't forget to subscribe. And since Rhapsody Noir is one of the best perfumes I've smelled this year, I will definitely feature it in the top list of the best perfume releases of 2022 next month. So not to miss it, activate the bell, and thank you so much for watching. Make sure to stay tuned and smell good. We'll see each other next one really soon. Bye guys.